Here the reigning world champions, Chen and Jia Yifan. Chen, of course, as we've been talking about, was winner of the mixed doubles title a year ago here at the Malaysian Open. Misaki, Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi walk out on finals day here at the Malaysian Open for a third time, having been beaten in the final in both 2013 and 2014. Last year they were beaten in the semi-final stage to teammates Fukushima and Hirota, who went on to win the title. They're making their 8th appearance here at the Malaysia Open. Well, I'm sure it's a title they would love to add to their long, long list of achievements. The Olympic gold medal, of course, the pinnacle as far as Matsutomo and Takahashi is concerned. Now, this is the 7th meeting between the two pairs, and the world champions have won 4 of the previous 6, including the last time they met, which was in the semi-final stage of the World Championships last year in Glasgow. 55 minutes for that 2-game victory for Chen and Jia Yifan. Only the 2nd time, though, that these two pairs have met in a final. First time was the 2016 Super Series finals, also won by the Chinese combination. In fact, Chinese combination have an incredible record in finals. 16 previous finals to today, and they've won 14 of them. But here is Ayaka Takahashi. Chen, who last year, as I was saying, won the mixed doubles title. Now, as far as Super Series, the old elite tier of tournaments is concerned, she played in 6 women's doubles finals and won all 6 with 2 different partners. Because apart from 5 with her partner of today, she also won the Australian Open of 2016 in her only tournament together with Bao Sim. So to the left-hander, who turned 21 2 days ago. Chen had turned 21 8 days ago. This is their 3rd appearance at the Malaysian Open, and they had a bye in the first round. In the 2nd round, they beat the beaten finalists from 2015, Zhang Yena and Jiang Kyung-eun. Number 7 seeds in the quarterfinal, Kitty Harukan and Prajongjoy. And then the semi-final against the Korean pair of Kim and Kong. So it was only the 2nd round match against the former finalists that went the full distance. So to Ayaka Takahashi, 28 years of age now, born in Kashihara City in Nara Prefecture in South Honshu, the main island of Honshu. They have been world number 1s, but are currently number 4. And Misaki Matsutomo, a couple of years younger, born in Aizumi Town in Tokushima. And they have had to play 1 extra match because they didn't have a bye in the first round, and in fact had to come from 15-19 down in the first game against the Malaysians in the first round before winning it 24-22. 3 games in the quarterfinal against Matsumoto and Nagahara, and then a comfortable win in the semi-final against the number 8 seeds De La Destada, Harris and Pradipta. So both of our court officials from Malaysia. And it really is an astonishing record in finals for Chen and Jia Yifan. In fact, at Super Series or equivalent level, so I'm counting the World Tour from the beginning of this year, when they lost in the final of the Malaysian Masters to Yul and Pedersen, it was not only their 2nd loss in their 16th final together, but it was their first loss in a Super Series or equivalent on the World Tour ever.
That's a really good record. Seems that when they're in form, they also get the most out of it and win the tournaments.
Big support for the Olympic champions.
To serve to Ayaka, TAKAHASHI, level, play.
Oh, very, very good drive defense. No wonder she's smiling, Ayaka Takahashi. Well, when Fukushima and Hirota won the women's doubles here last year, they were the first ever players from Japan to win a title at the Malaysian Open. We know that the Japanese players, though they have a chance in the men's singles, they're definitely going to win a title in the men's doubles, because two Japanese pairs playing against each other. Oh, got deflected by the net cord.
2-1.
That one.
Yeah.
Very difficult, isn't it, to readjust your defensive shot.
She was too quick. MATSUTOMO with the racket.
You were watching the world champions yesterday in their semi-finals team, and I know you and I had talked about their form at the All England, where they lost in the quarter-final, and Asian Championships they lost in the second round, as they did in the Indonesian Masters. And you and I thought that they were struggling a little bit with the world #1 status, but they no longer have that status.
They've been top-seeded in all tournaments previously this year. Yesterday, they were in a really, really good playing mood, so to speak. It often shows mostly on Chen, who is very wears feelings on his sleeve. Is that the correct?
That's the correct expression, yeah.
Whereas Jia Feng is more deliberate.
Good round.
So it looked really, really good yesterday in the match they played there. But they also, towards the end of the match, there were a few instances where they were just looking at each other and sort of trying to figure out who's actually responsible for this kind of area here, and that's a little worrying in my opinion, because we've seen it before. So I think that the next couple of months will be very decisive for the future of this pair. And just to follow up a little bit on that, we discussed with Chen not playing mixed doubles anymore, the earnings for this year, because there's a money difference for Chen playing one category or playing two categories.
Yeah.
Chen in the women's doubles has earned approximately $10,000 this year. Huang Yachong in the mixed with the victory today, she's earned $90,000.
Wow, huge difference.
Now we know that they're going to get a good paycheck here, whether they get the first or the second place, but there is some difference anyway.
Service over. 4-6.
So if I should be a little harsh, and I sometimes like to be, I would say that Chen is sort of carrying Chinese women's doubles on her back.
Yeah. Oh, look at the reaction after that rally from Chen.
And that's the different personalities, because from Jia Yifan it was just a finger pointing saying, yeah, well played.
Yeah. Yes, well worked by the Japanese pair. Across the body, the smash, forcing the weak reply. And that one there, towards the right hip of Chen. Perfect placement. Good man.
Notice that Jia Yifan sort of talks to herself after she's unable to return this shot here, and in many ways I feel that she's the one in this combination that is being questioned, and I think rightfully so.
Yeah.
But it's just very, very tough to be questioned all the time.
Yeah. I did think, though, I got glimpses of her playing yesterday, Steen, and I thought that she was looking fitter than she has done in the last 6 months or so.
I think so too. I also think, though, that the opposition yesterday was not as strong as today. It was this South Korean pair. I tend to say they're from Hong Kong, but that's because Kong Yi-hong is one of the players, and they only recently renewed their partnership and played their 4th tournament, so all the agreements were not in place, in my opinion, so they were a little bit one-dimensional. This Japanese pair, the Olympic champions, they're totally aware of their roles and who to cover what and what the tactics should be against Chen and Jia, so it's a much tougher position they're up against today.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Oh, that was clever, little hold and flick. There's another little hold and flick, an absolute perfection from Misaki Matsutomo.
10-6.
She did it earlier in the rally, and these rallies are getting longer and longer. Yeah, very, very clever. Service error. She has been struggling with her serve, I think, in recent months.
Yeah, she has. Sometimes. Oh, there's a service fault called.
Service fault called on Chen. So it's a 4-point advantage here at the mid-game interval for the Olympic champions. Jubon and Nakajima, two Japanese coaches. Jubon won 3 consecutive men's doubles titles here in 1989. 1991, and during that same time period won 2 mixed doubles titles as well. I was saying yesterday, Steen, I've rated him as one of the greatest men's doubles and mixed doubles players, so doubles players in general, over all time.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. I tend to put him on top of that list there. He was also a great men's singles player, actually. He abandoned men's and mixed doubles to play men's singles, but unfortunately got injured shortly before the World Championships. I can't remember exactly which year it was.
Service over. 8-12.
Well, it's certainly not their favoured formation to have the left-hander Jai Fan at the front of the court. No, she was a little off balance when she tried to play that kill. There's the flick serve after the service error that we had before. Oh yes, that's good. Very, very good.
Service over. 9-13.
Yeah, and errors like that, Steen, to me, emphasise the point you were making about she's the one that's being questioned, because I think she's feeling the pressure that she has to perform, and under that pressure, she's actually making mistakes.
I think she is, and reminding yourself that you're making mistakes is not going to make it better.
No.
And very often it's a psychological reaction to show everybody else that, hey, I can actually do better. Well, then do better.
Yeah.
Because right now we can see exactly how you're playing.
Yeah.
And if you feel you can do better, concentrate on that, but accept that there's going to be mistakes once in a while.
Oh, perfect placement. Well, that is an example of what you were talking about in their semi-final, that they're not always sure who's covering which area.
No. And of course, there's difference in their agility. I mean, Chen is much faster than Jia Yifan. Jia Yifan often plays high quality shots, but not so much when she's on the move.
Well, it may be considered a little lucky that she got the net cord, but so often you create your own luck.
Yeah.
And the idea was perfect anyway, changing the pace, a little block.
Inaccurate low serve there from MATSUTOMO again.
Yeah, she's struggling on that low serve, isn't she?
I actually thought, watching Gabby Adcock in a couple of the mixed doubles, we've known that she's been struggling for some years now, but that has become much better. So she's definitely been helped by this new service rule, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And of course, probably also lots of practice.
Moving Jia Yifan from side to side at the back of the court. Well, I thought after their gold medal in Rio at the Olympic Games, I thought that the Japanese pair maybe lost a little bit of motivation, maybe it just went off the boil a little bit, but they're looking very good today.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like they've found new goals, and I read somewhere that an interview with them where they said that they, after winning the Olympics, they were really happy, but they also started to question themselves whether it was deserved that they won the gold medal. And I just have to say, if that was me, I wouldn't bother about that. I would just take the medal and run.
2 points away from this opening game.
Of course, I can see what they mean. They want to prove that they are worthy Olympic champions.
Yeah. Well, they're certainly looking like worthy Olympic champions right now. 9 game point opportunities against the world champions. Good return. Yeah, it's gone wide. Opening game 21-12 in favour of the Olympic champions.
Misaki, MATSUTOMO, and Ayaka,
Just under 20 minutes of play. And the pressure of the smashes on the defence of Jia Yifan. A number of times that defence is broken down.
Yeah, and it's not going to go away with the change of ends here, because smashes from these two players, MATSUTOMO and Takahashi, they will arrive a little bit earlier on the Chinese side. I'm a little bit surprised of how easy they took this first game, MATSUTOMO and Takahashi.
Well, I don't think they should be questioning whether they deserved it, because I think they played superbly well that opening game. Fan Li, women's doubles coach in China. She's always very expressive, isn't she? Very animated.
And thinking back on these Chinese women's doubles, they did well in the Thomas Cup. Chen and Jia Yifan, they won all their matches.
Yuba Cup.
Yuba Cup, of course. But they didn't play Japan.
No.
And did they play Korea? I forgot it.
Yes, I think they did.
No.
No?
No, they played Denmark in the quarterfinal, and Denmark without Julen Pedersen, and then Thailand in the semis. So they didn't play Korea.
No, you're right.
So they wasn't really pushed.
Mm. Missed it. Well, talking of Chinese pairs, women's doubles pairs from China have won 8 of the last 11 Malaysian Open titles since the inception of the Super Series in 2007. And actually, when you look back over the Open era here at the Malaysian Open, Chinese pairs have won 24 of the previous 35 women's doubles titles here. Yeah. Well, the longest rally of the match so far.
And it's difficult. Maybe they will succeed, but I still think it's difficult to challenge the Japanese pair on this tactic, this defensive playing style here, because the Japanese pair, before they sort of made this last development that took them into Olympic champions, they were the masters of this playing style.
Yes.
I mean, they were almost wearing this shirt saying Tokyo Marathon when they got onto court, and sort of to scare their opponents. So they can play, and they can play without making too many mistakes.
Yeah. So you want to see the Chinese pair trying to attack more?
I think they have to, but if I should make some reason of it is that perhaps they want to tire the Japanese a little bit first in order to get them out of position and see if they can get a little advantage there. It could also be an acknowledgement that sort of realizing, okay, we don't have the attacking power to penetrate the Japanese pair, so we have to play a different playing style. If we lose, then at least we get some practice.
Yeah.
Continuing to try and keep Matsutomo on the back court. And right now, she is definitely not afraid of working hard, but I don't think that she should accept that position in the long run. I think they should try and turn the positions around. Otherwise, I think maybe the Chinese will have a chance of getting some initiative later on in the rallies on the front court. And that's basically what you hope for, that working Matsutomo on the back court will see her make more loose shots. That's the wrong way to put it, but will sort of put an end to her quality shots on the front court.
Short.
It's good to see Jia Yifan and Chen trying something different than what lost in the first game.
Good serve. A lovely block in that rally from Matsutomo, and then move forward. There it is.
And they're really having trouble covering that smash down the middle. Chen and Jia.
It's really odd to me, Steen, the fact that they are struggling with the smash down the middle, the fact that they're struggling to know who's covering what area of the court. When you consider they won 2 World Junior titles together. They've been
Yeah.
playing together a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, why is it that suddenly they would have confusion over who's covering what?
It's puzzling. The only explanation I can come up with is that there's differences in their playing strength now. So Chen perhaps is capable of covering a little bit more. But yeah, no, I still don't think it's a really good explanation. I don't understand it.
No. Bewildering. Couldn't put it away. Solid defense by the Japanese pair. And she should have made more of the one before that, to be honest.
And the smashes, they're really efficient from Jia Fan. Why did she miss the last one? I think it's because she's so eager to get to the net. So I don't think we'll see Jia Fan like we've seen Matsutomo, who is a preferred net player, but when she's on the backcourt, she works there relentlessly for 10, 15 shots. We never see Jia Fan do that.
No.
So the Japanese knows that when Jia Fan is smashing, either she's going to, if they have a good enough defense, she's going to clear, or she's going to try and move forward.
Yeah.
So even though we think that she looks a bit more fit than we've seen her at some points, I still think stamina is
An issue.
an issue. I think so.
Yeah,
Excellent placement of the
Yeah.
defense. Fantastic play. So basically, when the Japanese pair is defending and Jia Fan is on the attack, you want to play back at Jia Fan and sort of maintain her on the back court. If you play it too much to the other side, Chen is coming out from the front court to the back court. So you can't play it totally to the other side. You have to play it somewhere in the middle where it's still Jia Fan's shot to cover.
Yeah. I think the Japanese pair have won every single long rally.
Yeah.
I can't remember the world champions winning one of these rallies that are over 50 shots. Not shy of the longest rally by 4 shots.
Oh, that's a great shot from Jia Yifang.
And look at the body language, the frustration after that rally from Jia Yifang.
And I mean, I can feel that I'm a little bit afraid of sounding too negative. That's not the intention, because of course this is two very, very good women's doubles pairs, and Chen and Jia Yifang, they've been world champions. They are the reigning world champions. You don't get to be there, winning those titles unless you can play badminton. So they definitely can play badminton, and they've won 4 matches. No, 3 they had to buy in the first round.
Yeah.
So 3 matches to get to here. It's just that in this match, it's obvious to me that Jia Yifang is a liability. And I think Chen is restraining herself in her play, because she knows that if she makes a little loose shot or is being a little bit too creative, then Jia Yifang won't be able to cover for her the way she's covering for Jia Yifang. On the other hand, if the opposition gets a little bit weaker, then we'll see situations like this where Jia Yifang comes in and plays extremely well-placed smashes. We saw it yesterday. She had some exceptionally placed smashes against Kong and Kim. So she definitely can play. It's just today the opposition is tough, but so far they've caught up with the Japanese players here in the second game, so maybe they can do it.
Well, maybe they can do it, but they're behind at the mid-game interval. Yeah. Defensive play of Jia from breaking down once again.
And a very worrying situation for the Chinese pair here, because now there's coaching. So Japanese coaches Nakajima and Park Jubong, they've seen what the development was in the beginning of the second game, so now they have the possibility of talking to the players, saying how do we go about the situation if they try to keep Matsutomo on the back foot. So if I were the Chinese now, I would not try to do that the first 2 or 3 rallies. I would attack a bit more, try to play blocks at the net and complicate things a little bit, and then perhaps later return to that a little bit more defensive attitude.
Nice change of pace.
And I think actually there, Chen, she could have continued the attack instead of just blocking it.
Perfect. That's 3 times she's done that in the match.
Yeah.
Comes forward, looks as if she's going to play through the net, and then flicking it over her opponent's head. Perfect.
And it reminds me of the women's doubles we saw in the year leading up to the Olympics, where Tang Yuanting and Yu Yang played together. Now the Japanese, they're working Chen like a number of, it was the Japanese as well back then, worked Tangyu and Ting because the partner, in this case Jia Yifan, and back then Yu Yang, they weren't capable of covering enough court. They weren't capable of helping their partner.
This is a nice 4-point cushion for Matsutomo and Takahashi. Not that 5-point cushion.
And I wish I'd started a calculation from the beginning on points scored on from the Japanese side. How many points have they scored on Chen? How many points have they scored on Jia Yifan? I think it's about 3 out of 4 points that is scored on Jia Yifan.
Yeah. There's a challenge here.
But Chen knows that it was way in. They just need a break because they've lost 4 straight points after the interval.
Yes. Brilliant. And also it was very telling that Chen, who was right over the shuttle, didn't want to challenge that one. It was her partner that called for the challenge.
She was just giving it over to Matsutomo and Takahashi.
Needs to vary the attack more.
Be really efficient on the third smash there. If she smashes cross, very hard to cover that variation for the Japanese pair. But another mistake from Jia Yifan. They're playing so well, Matsutomo and Takahashi. Now, we've talked a lot about the Chinese, but I mean, it's of course credit to the Japanese because they're the ones that makes it difficult for them.
Yeah.
Some of the best I've seen them play for a long, long while.
Yeah, probably since the Olympic final.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a real roll. It's 8 straight points.
Yeah, so we don't really know what Pan Li said to Chen and Jia in the interval, but it's probably not something she should try again. Exactly. Excellent play. The cross smash from Jia Yifan, and then Chen can cover the straight one. That one. Impossible for Matsutomo to get it back cross there. So you can work with these set situations and try to deliberately make them occur.
Yes, I think your guessed statistic about how many points have been won on aiming towards Jai Fan are probably spot on. 2 points away now, the Olympic champions, from a second World Tour title this year.
Yeah, well,
Service over. 11-19.
Good flick serve. Well, stood her ground at the net. It was only a half chance, but she made it count on that occasion. Oh, perfect drop shot from Ayaka Takahashi. And that brings up match point opportunities.
20. Match point, trail.
And they convert on their first match point. Symmetry in the scoreline, 21-12, 21-12 in 46 minutes of play. And the Olympic champions, a class above the world champions today, go and get congratulated by their coaches, and the big smiles from Matsutomo and Takahashi. Their confirmation of the score. 2 straight games, and my goodness me, weren't they impressive today?